Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Chapter 1 Read Aloud. Today, we are going to be reading yet another book that will be in our upcoming virtual book fair that is going to be happening mid-May. Again, you'll find out more information about that hopefully shortly. Now, today I'm reading a book that is considered a young adult book, a YA book. So, just a heads up, it is meant for grades 7 through 12. So, the content of it might be a little bit mature for fifth and sixth graders, which is why I'm giving this very important reminder that this is a YA book. So, to give you the name of the book is That's Not What Happened. Some of you may have seen it in the book fair before. Some of you may have already read this book. Miss Carboni, one of the library assistants at Collegium, loved this book. In fact, she has a lot of great things to say about it. So if you get a chance, you can email her all about it. But this is what the book is about. It's been 3 years since the Virgil County High School massacre. 3 years since my best friend Sarah was killed in a bathroom stall during the mass shooting. Everyone knows Sarah's story, that she died proclaiming her faith. But it's not true. I know because I was with her when she died. I didn't say anything then, and people got hurt because of it. Now Sarah's parents are publishing a book about her, so this might be my last chance to set the record straight. But I'm not the only survivor with a story to tell about what did and didn't happen that day. Except Sarah's martyrdom is important to a lot of people who don't take kindly to what I'm trying to do. And the more I learn, the less certain I am about what's right. I don't know what will be worse, the guilt of staying silent or the consequence of speaking up. So it's a little bit of a mystery in there, which so if you like mystery books, a little bit of drama, then you'll definitely like That's Not What Happened. I'm cheating a little bit. I'm not actually going to read you the first chapter. I'm going to read you kind of like a prologue to it. It's called The Dear Reader. And I thought it was more important in this case than chapter one. And hopefully that you will get hooked into the book just by this prologue. Dear reader, I'm not sure who's going to read this. I'm not even sure anyone should. But after everything that's happened, I need to write it all down because even with the answers I've gotten over the past few months, I'm still feeling just as lost as I did 3 years ago. You know part of the story already. In those first months after the massacre, there were news specials, articles, an hour-long TV documentary, and even an episode of a popular teen drama based on the events at Virgil County High School. And if you've been to any Christian church in the past 3 years, you've definitely heard of Sarah McHale, the girl with the cross necklace, the girl who died defending her faith. My name is probably less familiar. Even if you heard it at the time, you've almost certainly forgotten it by now. But I was Sarah's best friend. I was one of the girls in the bathroom with her the day she was murdered. And I, Leanne Bauer, am one of the 6 witnesses who survived the shooting. So much of what you think you know about that day is wrong. The stories have been twisted, tweaked, filtered through a dozen different lenses. For a short time, all eyes were on Virgil County. Everyone wanted a piece of the tragedy. But within a few weeks, the reporters and camera crews were gone, on to another story. And we, the survivors, were still here, still sorting through the rubble, because while the 24-hour news cycle may have moved on, our stories had only just begun. And now they were tangled into a knot of fact and fiction. Some of that, at least when it comes to Sarah McHale, is my fault. Virgil County is going to be in the news again soon. People will start remembering our names, looking at our stories. Only the stories that are out there are wrong. I thought it would be a good idea to gather the pieces of the truth for all of us survivors to share with what really happened to us that day and after. But after the last several months of digging into the truth, I'm starting to think that maybe I was wrong. Maybe some truths are better left buried. So I'm writing it down. Everything that happened this spring, everything I found out. I'm going to piece it all together and maybe, hopefully, when I'm done, I'll know what I should do. So those of you who are a fan of Karen McManus, who wrote like Two Can Keep a Secret or One of Us is Lying, you're definitely going to like this book. So once again, just a reminder that That's Not What Happened is considered a young adult book. It's really meant for grades 7 and above. And so just a heads up if you decide to buy it from our virtual book fair coming in May. And I'll see you next time with a new book coming up in Chapter 1 Read Aloud.